the most powerful warrior, the ultimate fusion, Goku and Vegeta combined, and a bit of a disappointment. When Gogeta dropped last year, fans were hyped. This is a character who had just been given a massive fight scene in the Broly movie, and everyone was ready to main him. That is, until they saw his frame data. Gogeta just frankly wasn't very good on launch, but that didn't stop diehard fans from grinding him out anyways. Cue the CoolKid93, who as we know loves a good fusion character. He's been a driving force behind Gogeta's development since he released. And now with the new set of buffs the character's received, CoolKid is set up to show just what Gogeta can really do. What's up y'all, KRCPinto here. I'm back with the CoolKid93. He's here for part 2 of our secret sauce interview. Today we're going to be talking about Gogeta. CoolKid, how you doing today, man?
Hey, what's going on, Pinto? I'm doing good. How about yourself?
Doing great. Glad to have you back to talk more fusion characters. Always a good time. And dude, this is a character that just got buffed pretty heavily.
Oh yeah, most definitely. He got blessed.
Yeah, I mean, you proved that. I think that was last week that you won House of Chaos. So clearly the buffs are paying off. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Big time, dude. Big time. All right. Well, let's hop in. I'm gonna ask you a few questions, and we can talk over Gogeta Blue. All right, man. So this is not our first time doing this, so you know the drill. We're gonna dive right into it. What is your favorite move of Gogeta's and why?
All right. This was a kind of a hard one between his command grab and his clones. I think my favorite move has to be the clones.
I knew this was gonna come up because I know you love that clone mix.
Oh yeah, clones is probably my favorite move from him. Like I say, it's between that and command grab, but I think the slight advantage has to go to the clones. Just something about the clones is just like,
so we can get 6 Gogetas on the screen at the same time, so like that's always cool, you know.
Yeah, exactly.
Can't beat that.
What it just reminds me of Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, you know, when he did the clones.
Yep.
So I guess they gave that to him. Love that move.
Well, this is a move that I've seen you use a lot in matches too, and I feel like you use it to really solid effect. Is that Gotenks B you do that mix with?
Yeah, Gotenks B, Gotenks A. Works with both.
Can I see that real quick? I'll try and block you.
Let me do it in the corner. That's mainly how good it, like Gotenks A, I was able to do it kind of everywhere, but B is mainly for the corner. Oop, messed it up. But yeah, I hold it here. All right, hold on, it's coming back. So the thing is, for people that thinking about Gotenks B, so the only thing that's different from this one is, like, I'm plus enough that I can, you know, go low, do command grab or dragon rush, but I'm not plus enough that I can use this clone. I'm not plus enough that I can air dash in time to do clone. So I am plus enough that I can at least do this, but I feel like people not really gonna get hit by the up one really anyway. Because you see how the camera changes. It gives you a quick second just to see, you know, like, oh, okay, he high.
You know, the other thing... sorry, go ahead.
Compared to that one, you know, the middle one you can kind of get away with, but it's mainly the low one, you know.
Yeah, the other thing that I think of against the high one is that I'm anticipating a high when I see that move, because the follow-up on connection is that dive kick part. So like I'm already ready to stand up no matter what. So I mean, we played.
Dive kick overhead. Yeah.
We played, and you do the grounded one, and you have mixed me with that pretty much every time you've ever done it to me, because it's always something different. So I mean, I definitely agree that that's the one to go with based on what I've seen.
Yeah, because it's like, even though it mainly limits him to this one, it, like, you know, it's either low or, you know, command grab or dragon rush. And sometimes I like to sneak in just doing this, because it's like, you know, this part not real, but it's like seeing the clones and all that on the screen, and then I just hurry up and just do a instant air dash. It's like it kind of messes with your head a little. Or sometimes this, you know, you see them in the air and then you would think it's weird. Like you just visually see him in the air, and then out of nowhere I'm on the ground or something like that. So yeah, he can get real creative. Like switch characters. Let me hurry up and show you for the time run out. Like for example, and just block on your wake up too. You can do this.
Yep.
That's the Gala gun is it hits meaty, and the good thing about Gotenks B, it vacuums you in whether it hits you high or not, or you know if you up tech or not. So once I cancel into the low clone, I see it hit you, then I can just go into whatever.
Right. Makes sense. I mean,
and
yeah.
Then
Clones...
of course his clones. It baits people too. People love the super dash Gogeta because he got a nice recovery time if it whiffs. So people like to, try to super dash and then you just 2H them. The clones is mainly unique to or exclusive to high block stun assists. I wish it was faster. Just so it can be used with other assists. Because if you don't have no high block stun assists, you're not going to be using clones. You'll probably just be using it to get in. And you know what? I need to make mention of that too. We've been talking about the mix. So, just block. So, you can get in just like that.
Yeah, this is a cool tool, man. I like this tool a lot.
Not
so much when I'm on the receiving end, but...
So, he got 3 different ways he can do it. Catch you in the air, he used this one. And the good thing about this, too, is it jails. So that all jail right there.
That's nuts. That's nuts.
So
yeah, he basically got a tiger knee beam. He
can use his clones to get in.
Yeah, he's got a tiger knee beam without having to do a tiger knee. You can just there, and then you get the free way in, a sliding knockdown, and a mix tool, and a bait tool.
Yeah, exactly. You see, I'm walking back. I thought you was finna throw it. It makes people weary, because they don't know if you finna throw it out, and then that's when people like to, because the way to use it. Just be jumping around, just jumping the air, just jumping around. So, if you were to block right there, if you even get hit by a tip of the beam, the follow-up come out. So people know that, and they kind of dancing around, and then you do this, then they want to super dash. And then that's when you get, that's when you get 2H'd. So clones, maybe I'm underselling this slightly. Maybe I am.
I don't know. But it's a cool move. Especially now that he's got the frame data on his normals to back it up a little bit,
Another thing I forgot to mention. So I'm going to do 5S and then just do level 3 afterwards.
After it hits or before it hits?
Block it and then just do level 3. So as you can see, I got hit by that.
Right.
Now I'm pretty sure I could have vanished, but I'm more so just thinking about if I didn't have no meter. So now you don't have, just imagine I don't have meter, and then try it again. Like soon as you block it, do it again. And then I do the up clone to save me there. You can do clone like this to, just to eliminate the recovery. You can do that, then just be in the air, and be doing your movement that way.
That is an interesting application of that. I've never seen that before.
Yeah, I like to just do that sometimes, because you see how long it take me to recover from it.
Right.
Now you can do this, but like I don't want to do it towards you, so I'd rather just use this because I'm staying right there.
Right. Well, let's talk assists. I know you're a proponent of pretty much all of his assists, but let's start with let's go into which of his assists is your favorite and why.
I would probably say his C assist is probably my favorite one, just because it works well with Gotenks and Broly. Mainly Gotenks, because Gotenks, a lot of his combos end in the air.
Yeah.
A lot of his combos end in the air. You got a lot of air specials, that don't cause no knockdown. So I like having an air tracking C assist, and with the buffs to C assist overall, C assist is faster. Plus, you combine that with Gogeta's air tracking C assist. The tracking on is still a bit suspect, but it's nice that it's faster, does more damage, as does all the C assists. But yeah, Gogeta's C assist is probably my favorite. Now, his A assist is no slouch at all. It's mainly just preference. So just go back full screen. So now his A assist goes full screen.
Jeez.
It goes full screen. At first, the A assist used to go about right here, maybe. But now, you can do a little confirm like that, and do a key blast confirm now. So it's still the same. It's plus 29, same as last season. So his A assist is like also real good. Like you can do stuff like this. This stuff that he always had, and then I dropped it, of course. So let me see. You can always do stuff like that.
Wall
I
bounces
dropped it again,
too.
but you get the idea. Yeah, and wall bounces, and it's enough hits done on that you can really, it's hard to miss. Honestly, like it's hard to drop it, even though I did. But if you like really play that assist, it's hard to drop, a combo or a dragon rush afterwards. And then his B assist, that's the one you got. So just do his B assist.
Yeah,
So
DP.
his B assist goes out much further compared to before, because at first his B assist basically stayed right where you was at. It didn't move. So now it goes out much further compared to last season. So now it's much more of a regular assist, DP assist. Me personally, I don't really, I like the assist that I like to see assist, so he got 3 real good solid assists overall now compared to just having 2. So it's more so just preference on kind of what, who on your team and what role you want Gogeta to fill. But yeah, his B assist is viable now if you want to use it.
How do you think it stands up to other DP assists like a Cooler or a Gohan? Do you think it's kind of like, on par with them, maybe a little worse, maybe a little better?
See, that's the hard thing. Like, I feel like they all just more or less the same, or at least when I play people and the way they use it, it feels just more or less the same. Just kind of, I don't know, does Coolers go a bit higher compared to Gohan's, or that's the only thing I don't know. Like, how high.
I think that Cooler has a more horizontal hitbox on his, if I'm not wrong. I could be wrong on that, but I feel like it goes farther forward. And like Gohan's is a little more like straight up, like a more vertical to it. But I'm not positive on that. I could 100% be wrong there. Someone fact check me in the comments.
Yeah, so that's the thing I'm not too sure of.
But he does get the spinning effect, because he can catch people who are like maybe like a little behind him with that spin, right? Like they don't have to be necessarily in front of him.
Yeah, the spin it can kind of clip you a bit.
All right, so I wanted to point out you do run Gogeta on point. Do you think that's his best position, or like, I know you like all of his assists. Do you think he like is viable anywhere on the team, or what's your opinion on that?
So that's the thing I kind of been still thinking about to myself, because Gogeta with assist is real good in terms of once he gets in, you know, he can pressure, do his 50-50s, whatnot. But it's the getting in part that's kind of hard. But I'm like, when I was doing HLC online this past week, it was so many teams I ran into that was like these neutral assist beams galore. And it was just like, here I am with Gogeta. I can't even really throw out my stuff like that.
Right.
But I think maybe it's just all about learning your movement, and he can work. And of course you can just do this meterless, and just call an assist to get in. But that's the thing, you got to give up one assist to get in.
Right.
And then your next one is, that's how I kind of do it. I like to use Broly because that's the one I don't. Gotenks is the primary one I do a 50-50 with, so I get in with the assist I don't really 50-50 with to that degree, like Gotenks B does.
Right.
So I think it could work. I think it's just, more so just kind of how you use him in neutral. It's a lot of dancing around, but yeah, I like him on point.
How do you play Gogeta in neutral, man? What's something you do to make the most of his neutral that you think other Gogetas should do more? What's like an underrated way to play him in neutral?
The Gogetas that I at least do run into, I can't tell if they like still learning them or they, or just probably don't know. But sometimes it don't hurt to just do command grab full screen. If they jump, it's like, okay, you still safe anyway. So it's just like, cause I be just throwing it out. Like I say, it's full screen, so you try to super dash, that's gonna, excuse me, I'm safe anyway. And plus you win. So that's all I want anyway. And of course, it's a lot of dancing around, with Gogeta, and his JM is real good, and then his JL is real good because it basically auto confirms just jump in the air. Like it auto confirms by itself when you just keep hitting, L afterwards. And then the thing about avoiding his command grab is that people is in the air. So now you can combine that with this, and then you get in that way. That's when you don't have no meter. Now when, of course you can still do this when you don't have no meter, but you can do 5S, 5S. You can also do this 5S jails. If you manage to hit Gallic Gun, it jails as well. The clones, so you don't have to use an assist right away if you got meter. You can do that, to get in that way. That all jails. And of course, you can use that, or you can use it without a 5S. So he has ways to kind of contest certain things. Having a full screen command grab, I feel like, is unique to him. Not a lot of people have that.
Right.
And it's so seamless, just kind of how he does it,
He's a smooth guy. Yeah.
You have to play him pretty unconventional, I feel. Like, you can't play him like you play other characters. You gotta kind of, I feel like, think outside the box with him.
And I'm glad you said that, because that's kind of what I wanted to move to next. Is on paper he almost reads like both like a strong zoner and a strong rushdown character. Like, he's got Rekka kicks to get in your face, and like that jump medium is like a lot of pressure on you. Like, he has these rushdown tools, and then he also has a full screen command grab and 17 beams. So like, how do you find middle ground in there? Do you treat him like a hybrid? Do you think there's room to like lean more heavily to one or the other play style? How do you feel about the way he's played?
Just in general or in neutral?
Both. Whatever comes to mind.
In neutral, I definitely feel like you know, I feel like it's all preference because some people they just use their assist as a way to get in, you know, but you can also wait it out, which is how I kind of I'm starting to play now with them, you know, kind of waiting it out, scoping out with command grab or kind of doing beams and things like that. Doing beams is somewhat suicide. Well, I don't want to say suicide. It's kind of it's what's the word people use? High committal. It's high risk.
Right.
Because the opponent can super dash. They see, I was holding back. So that's I really wish his 5S was like UI Goku, because he throw out 5S, he blocking immediately as soon as he's blocked.
I think everyone wishes their 5S was like UI Goku's 5S.
Yeah, exactly. So you can just kind of play the waiting game with him and just kind of sneak that in here and there. But I feel like this is real good too, because like with this, for example, like how I say this jails 5S to beam or 5S to vanish.
Right.
The thing is, if you in the air, that ain't gonna work. So that's why this comes in. So just jump in the air.
I didn't block it. Whoops.
See, that brings you down anyway. I could have waited a second, but you get the idea. It brings you down anyway, because the follow-up has to come out, and then you can be plus that way. But the recovery on that is real bad too. But like I say, you at least with this, you can, bait them to super dash. And sometimes I have people that just play like that. Like if I'm doing this, they kind of. Then after a while, I'm like, okay, now I'm gonna get in.
Right.
And I keep forgetting this. Yeah, of course you can always use that. But I feel like people, you hear all the time, Gogeta ain't got no mix, this, that, and the third. I say people that say that, they be having assists that's like Vidal or Goku Black. It's like you gotta have the right assist with them, to make them work. Because without a high block stun assist and a neutral assist, I feel like those are the two that he needs, the primary ones that he needs: a lockdown and a neutral one to help him get in.
Makes sense.
So I feel like people don't really be, and like I say, the Gogetas I run into, I don't know if they still new to them or what, or it's just the fact that they don't use the right characters with them. I don't think I ever got clone mixed by Gogeta.
Well, I'd say that probably right now you're running into a lot of people who are new to him, because his character did just become much more appealing. So we'll give him a break for now.
Even last
give him the benefit of a doubt. Last season, I think he was kind of a niche pick. I think a lot of people picked him because they liked the movie more than they knew what they were doing with the character. I think you're a minority guy who really knows fighting games and picked up Gogeta.
Yeah, so hopefully, because my point is coming across well. Like when I see Gogeta sometimes now, I see him with, high blocks on assist now. But I think it's more so once people understand how to, apply the clone mix and all that stuff together, it should be okay.
So I think to summarize the neutral game, we can pretty much say that it's a patient neutral, and you've got some good tools for it, but you have to use them wisely. Is that a fair summary, you think?
Yeah, you got to play real passive with them, and then if you do try to do something, just be careful and be okay with the consequences if you whiff it.
All right. Fair enough.
And don't forget this. Remember I was saying this here, you can just, all right, and this is something, maybe you can answer this. This hits people a lot more than I think it should. Sometimes I think it's just because they expecting to block it the whole time. Sometimes I do this and then I do that. And this hits people so much. They walk forward after they get hit with this. I don't know why.
They walk forward after they get hit?
Yeah, or after they block the 5S and then I do this part, they walking forward and then they get hit by it. The thing is, it caught me off guard before too.
You said like the beam part's hitting them or the overhead part?
No, the actual beam. They block this, then I do this. It happens just like that. What? I don't know why.
It must be like it's got to be like trying to vanish afterwards, or like preemptively trying to.
I always thought to myself that people not expecting to block that long, so then out of nowhere they just walk forward. Like I say, it hit me before too. I have no idea why this works.
I could not tell you. Maybe they're anticipating the grab after that. I have no idea. I mean, people make mistakes. I mean, I get hit by stuff all the time, and I'm like, why did I get hit by that? But it might just be one of those things.
And one other thing to note, so just get hit by this and then you air attack. So this is one thing to note too. Oh. That's actually plus right there. When I say you get hit by this, that he actually plus because you slightly off the ground when he lands.
Dude, that's like hitting the tip of my shoes.
Yeah, so he actually plus right there.
That's nuts.
So yeah, you can always do this, but I say just be ready for a potential consequence if you get hit by it.
Do you think that that's like a better way in than Beam Vanish? Like, would you almost rather do that, or do you think Beam Vanish is still a better choice?
It's hard to say, because like this gets you in, but like I say, you really committing once that beam is out. At least with this one, you can vanish if somebody were to super dash to you. Just try to super dash?
Okay.
So you can at least do that, but as you can see, that's still kind of a little suspect. Yeah, and another thing that's people definitely don't do, I just started doing, hurry up and try to switch to base Goku.
Okay.
And just do a beam full screen. His level 1 scatters, so you can do stuff like that.
Oh.
You dancing around, air level 1 catches that.
That's kind of sick. Yeah, and I can't vanish unless it hits, so.
Yeah, most beams, they all, you gotta, you committing when you use it.
Let's talk about his pressure and his mix-ups. We touched on one of the mix-ups earlier already, but I know you got more in the bag. I think, we've talked a lot so far about how he does it like a full screen distance, but I know this character has, now that his frames are better, he's got a lot he can do up close as well when he's got the right tools, like the right assists with him. So, what do you like to do when you've got someone on a block string? What's your go-to?
So, I definitely can show you that, and I want to apologize in advance because it was one more thing I forgot to say.
Oh, no worries, dude. I'm sorry. I feel like I accidentally am rushing you a lot. My bad. Let me know if I'm pushing you too fast.
I think it's more so like we both forgetting. Well, not you, but me. We forgetting like this man can do a lot in neutral. It might be high risk, but he can do it. In Spark, his so just hold back the block. So you can't 2H this.
Yeah, I'm mashing it. It's not working. Whoops.
Yeah, so in Sparking, you cannot 2H him. If he does the clone to vanish or 5S or 2S, you cannot 2H him.
That's nuts.
So that's also another free way to get in. If you just happen to have a character dead and you still got Spark, he can get in, kind of for free, basically.
Okay, what was next? Pressure and
pressure, yeah.
Yeah. Let's talk about this because I feel like you are particularly adept at this aspect of this character, so I'm really excited to see what you have to say.
So, So like I use two different kind of setups or pressure depending on which one I'm using. So like Go Tanks. So Gogeta has three primary, well, I say two, but one, well, four. I say four. So for those that don't know, if you were to block 5S into two, if he super dash, that's real. You can't move.
Yep, mashing 2H and it didn't come out till then.
Oh yeah, let's load back up. Yeah, they gonna love this part. So yeah, let's just go to the corner again. So the thing that's new, they made his 5S a little faster.
Mm-hmm.
So with that, now he can do this. At first, you was able to vanish, and then he will have to vanish to knock you back in the corner. But now they made it faster, so if he do this in a block stream, it will hit you.
Yeah, I was mashing that and it didn't come out till then. Whoops.
Yeah, so it would hit you. You have to basically either, of course, reflect or level 3 DP, whatever, but you basically have to respect it. So if the opponent decides to respect it, then you can start doing this. That's when the actual beam connects and he does super dash in the corner, that's real. You can't do nothing in between that. So of course that's when you can mix in however way you want to mix in, the super dash mix. So I was saying he got 4 primary. I kind of want to say 3 because one of them is, well, I'll say 4. So one is this, this into assist. And then the other one is 2H because he can air dash afterwards, so you can, do stuff like that. That's 2. And then the other one, which is based solely on conditioning, is this one here. So his light, so for those that don't know, if you do the second hit of his light record, if you do light record, he can't air dash. But if you do light to medium, if the second hit is medium, he can air dash afterwards. So basically you conditioning the opponent to just block, and then you can air dash because they so used to already blocking just the regular ones that's a true string.
Could I sneak a counter in between those Rekka hits?
Yeah, if you try to do the medium, the medium is a frame trap, so it'll hit your 2H or vanish, all that, but then you will have to reflect. Reflect level 3 or DP. It's real tight trying to do it though. See, it's real tight trying to do it. You will have to be like seriously mashing to try to, reflect between.
Let me try again.
So
bring it. There we go. Okay. Yeah, you gotta be ready for it.
It's almost like you really have to know that he about to do that, and even then, it's hard to time.
I feel like I would have had to be mashing Reflect before you start the Rekka at all. Like, there's no way I would get it mid Rekka, and then I'm at risk of the Torpedo 2M destroying my life. So I don't know. Yeah,
that's my controller died.
That's like it's not. I get like it's not safe, but like it might as well be safe. That seems pretty strong.
Yeah. So, and people, if you don't play them enough, can you tell the difference? Which one I'm doing?
When you're like this, yes, but when you pull that Broly assist out, absolutely not.
Yeah. So that's what I was saying. So like, and the fourth one is the clone. The one everybody loves. That's the fourth one. So that's with high block stun assist. With low block stun assist, it's a bit harder if you don't have what I saw somebody say, a flashbang style assist. So I would call Broly S or Broly A assist. kind of like the flashbang assist where you can't really see them.
Yeah, I like
By
that.
the time you do see, it's too late. So like, so now you can block. So like I say, you conditioning the opponent to, you know, block this already. You do the flashbang style assist, and see, you actually block the air dash, but you see, it's like, you know, and then if I switch it up and just do the, you know, I don't do the high one, I can just do this, and I can go low. And the thing is that Broly, it being a flashbang style assist, plus you can't see him, the block stun is so fast that I can just instantly just hit you with command grab or dragon rush, or, you know, you can kinda, and this goes back to when I was saying you gotta be kind of unconventional with them,
Right.
because certain stuff I do with with Broly ASS is not real, but it's based on you can't see, so it's like you just trying to block mainly. You know, like I stick to stuff that's real, and then I kind of start doing the stuff that's not so real.
That makes sense.
If you were to block this here, I meant to do a cross up, but you see like that, how fast that was?
Yeah, and like I would never take the risk to try and hit you out of that when I'm blind.
See, and you couldn't see that really. So that's what I like about Broly ASS. It adds a different, you know, it adds a different kind of style of pressure, you know, with Gogeta. Another thing just to note, he so if I seen this on Twitter, I forgot who had showed this, but shout out to them. You step back, you do 5M, it catches both up and down tech, and it also regens his assists.
Good lord, that thing travels.
Yeah, they buffed that. It's faster.
It's so far. That's like Super Broly's 5M far. This thing's nuts.
Yeah, it's faster, you know, and of course,
yeah,
we all know the 2M,
oh,
the spiral arrow.
I'm surprised that didn't come up in the neutral portion, since it covers half the screen. Thing's dangerous.
Like you can maybe, like, I ain't there yet with just throwing it out, like seeing it in neutral, because I don't think I had the Beerus players, they might be able to utilize as well, because they already had full screen 2Ms and all that. But
like, all I'm saying is Super Saiyan Goku is dead, Gogeta lives. That's all I have to say. He's got the pro tag to him now. Good lord, that thing is a missile.
So like, you can, you know, and another thing, you know, that can kind of mess with people's heads is like, you know, oh, how can I forget this? Talking about pressure, he has a command grab. You know, been talking about full screen command grabs, but we ain't talk about he could just use it, you know. And the thing about this command grab is when he hits you, he is +5. He is +5, so you can't backdash, you can't try to mash out of it. You have to basically respect it. So he can mix it up, and, you know,
the follow-ups are kind of specific though, right? Like you can't just straight up combo out of it unless you vanish, but you can go into a super, correct?
Yeah. There we go.
RIP 17.
So it's like, and the buff to his 5L reflect, that makes his command grab pressure much better, because at first you had to be weary. If somebody reflects you, was basically dead. I don't think people know about that yet. So after I hit command grab, just reflect.
Okay. I tried to, and it just blocked. There we go. Okay.
So now it pushes you. See, it basically pushes you back almost full screen.
Right.
At first, you only reflect the first hit of his 5L. So he basically was a sitting duck after that, and he basically had the risk doing a vanish and possibly get 2H, you know. But now you gotta reflect both, and it pushes you away. Gotcha. So now he can safely, you know, do this. Because at first I ain't used to use this command grab mid screen, because if they reflect, it's like you putting yourself in a mind game. Like, are they gonna reflect? You know, do I gotta make a hard read? And you know, so now he can more reliably use his command grab, because if they reflect, it's like, okay.
Well, now you can. And now you can even, like, here, go ahead and reflect me real quick. Oh, my bad. Like, right back in there, now that this travels so far, yeah?
Yeah, he got many ways. Like, he can, what's the word? And he can do 5S, too. Try to hurry up and reflect me.
Oh!
So it don't catch jumps, but the immediate reaction when people reflect you is they try to raw tag or hit you, you know. So right. He can actually do 5S and then EX, and that punishes, you know, raw tags. People try to press a button, you know, the more common situations that people like to do when they hit reflect, you know.
Right.
Especially on Gogeta, people used to punishing Gogeta after reflect, so they still getting used to, oh, it pushes you further back now.
Right.
So you get people still trying to punish them, you know.
Makes sense. Jeez, man, this character is... I think he's going to be a threat this season, personally. I say that about a lot of characters, but I think that's true of this season, is that a lot of characters can be a threat, but... I don't know, man. His toolkit's just so unorthodox and, like, strong in the right hands. I feel like he can get a lot done.
I'd be surprised, because Wawa had his Tillers, and I think he put Gogeta B, and Wawa's, Wawa say is low, so people probably not going to use him that much.
Fair enough.
You know, so I don't know if we're going to see him that often. If not, that is fine by me. Cause
you like being the guy?
Yeah, like, you know, if that's how it's gonna be, that's just how it's gonna be.
Hey, you know what? You be the new Wawa. Bring him up. Do for Gogeta what Wawa did for Baseku. Just show the world. Let them know.
Oh yeah, exactly. And for those that probably don't know, that was sarcasm when I said Wawa word is law. Always have a man of your own, y'all. Always have a man of your own.
True that. True that.
And another thing that I can say about his pressure is, now this one is kinda risky. So his record. So you remember I was saying light, that's real. You know,
right.
Light, all that's real. The moment he squeezes in a medium, it's fake. So with that in mind, people gonna respect the record, so he can do this. You know, I done stole turns like this. You know, because people expecting maybe a second part or maybe just this. But the thing is, he -8. He -8. So that's why I say it's extremely risky to like stop and, because he recovers quick to, you know, keep going.
Right. I tend to stand. He always, every time I see that record come out, my first instinct is to just start stand blocking because I'm so ready to get knocked in the dome by that last hit.
Yeah, and the thing that you can, you know, like his light record, you can slight delay.
Does that like work like a stagger?
Try to press
like, is there a gap?
Yeah. See?
Yeah.
See, but that's the thing, you know, you can really just do medium record in if that's the case. But I think doing it like this is good just because you see the difference of how high he go in the air.
Right. And you get that air dash option.
No, I mean just like you get a bit more time to just see like, oh, okay, he ain't do it because how high he is compared to just right here, and I'm
Gotcha.
already in your face.
That does make sense.
So yeah, you can, like he can stagger it like this, and then just go into the EX. That beats Vanish. If you try to mash, you know, he only, I think, what, -5 from now or -3? I think -5 for sure.
I
But
couldn't tell you.
that goes along with all the things I was saying earlier. You're unconventional. You kind of gotta think outside the box playing with them, and stuff that there's certain stuff he got that ain't real. You gonna have to make it real. It's a lot of conditioning mixed in with a lot of real, and then the conditioning start turning into real in people's minds. That's kind of how I perceive Gogeta.
Exactly. All right, let's talk about him in the corner. I mean, we've talked a lot about the corner so far. It's kind of been woven into a lot of what we've mentioned about his pressure.
That's mainly what he excel at. Yeah.
Is there anything like super particular he can do in the corner that's like really interesting? Like maybe like a cool combo extension that only works there. We've talked a lot about his pressure, but anything we might have overlooked so far? Like when you get someone to the corner and you're trying to flex on them, what are you gonna do?
If I try to, so like command grab, so for those that probably don't know, his key blast count as a normal, so you can super dash, and do, combo extensions like that. He has rejumps, like he can do stuff like that. He got another one, let me see, can I do it? Yeah, see, he can do stuff like that.
And those are corner exclusive?
Yeah, corner exclusive. I think like he get a rejump mid screen, but not the 5M one, at least to my knowledge. But I know he gets like the jump in, then jump back in the air rejump.
Right. Right.
But the 5M one, I think that's exclusive to the corner.
Okay. Cool. Yeah, I remember when he came out and everyone was doing all of his corner combos with the normal beams, and like just seeing that and being like, man, this character is gonna be like a mess to deal with in the corner, because like those combos looked really, really cool at first. I mean, they still do, but like when you first saw them, you're like, wait, why are there 17 beams in this combo? I think I've said 17 beams every time I've exaggerated the beam number, but
his sparking combos, so many beams.
Show me.
What, a sparking combo?
Yeah. Do you need me to kill a character so you get a longer spark?
The classic everybody know. And of course that was the blue combo.
It still looks sweet. Yeah, lots of beams.
Yeah, just all them beams, yeah.
Jeez, that's fun. Alright, I mean, I think we've touched a lot on the corner, so let's go to Oki and go back to what you said a minute ago, and just go ahead and push me out of the corner, because I feel like that sets up a lot of level 3 Oki. Yeah?
Ooh, this might kill you, come to think of it. This level 3 does a lot of damage.
Yeah.
So just hold back the block after this.
Mm-hmm.
So he gets his safe jump. And then from there, what you was about right here. So the level 3 pushes you out the corner. So he can, get his safe jump. And if he wants to, cross up. And he has moves that pushes you back into the corner. So he can just do a full combo from there.
Does that happen no matter where on screen you do the level 3? Like if you do the level 3 mid-screen, will it give you the same positioning?
Yeah. He still get the exact same spot where I can jump in and, do the JM and all that. So this is how it looks mid-screen. Yeah, I'm in the exact same position. See? I'm right here.
That's That's
And the
pretty
thing
strong.
is, he at the perfect spot where he can, 5L, and then, you want to block, he do this into whatever. And
I
the
want to
thing,
call back to the Gotenks talk we had before, because this seems to be kind of a staple of your team, having that cross up allowing Oki, because that's something we talked about with Gotenks, is how you set up the level 3 with the corner freed up so you can cross them up.
yeah, exactly.
Gogeta does too. Is that something you look for in a character when you're like, building your team? Or do you just happen to
No, I
find it
think
with both of these guys?
no, I think I was just fortunate enough to have characters that all had it. Like, and with CSS, you know what? I can show that. Like for Vegito, well, not Vegito, Gogeta's, what's the word? Gogeta CSS. So I show, like,
Did you steal the corner with that?
and then once I dash up, you see where you at.
Yeah, I was here. What? That's nuts. What, did
So-
you do 2 backdashes there?
And then I jump, because when you with Broly, like, if I were to level 3 from here, he goes up this high to do the level 3. But if you just do it off the ground, he just does it from where he at.
So you can do like just the tiger knee, and then the fast orb version, obviously, and it'll just line up well and you can steal that way. That's nuts.
Yeah. And the thing is, of course, you ain't. It's nice to have a safe jump with Broly, but having Broly just dash up to you is, is already scary as is. So
Yeah, I'm not excited
He can kind
for
of
that.
get away with that.
I want him to go away already. He's not even on the screen anymore. I just
Well,
want
I
him to
think
give
I'm
me space.
I think I'm just fortunate enough to just have 3 characters that can steal the corner.
That's
Gogeta's being the easiest, since his does it by default.
Let's talk about like a regular sliding knockdown Oki, because you mentioned earlier that I think it was the jump 2S meaty, the Gallic gun.
Yeah.
So that's meaty. Is your jump medium always a safe jump? Like, can you always get a safe jump with that?
Oh yeah. So I do this, for example. This is always a safe jump. So that's more so preference. So, like, using JM is easier for me to visually see if I got a hit or not. So I like using this. You can also use JL, and JL not bad at all either, because remember I told you JL auto confirms for you. JM, you gotta do it yourself, but like, JM gives you enough time that you can see, like, if you got a hit or not. So you always neutral jump for his Oki. The thing that people sometimes I see they doing, because everybody think that every character can do jump in or forward dash jump in, but Gogeta, he has to neutral jump. And then mid screen, he can he has to end with dive kick. And then, JL is pretty good there, or, JM. I prefer JL for that particular situation.
Right.
For the mid screen, because it's way easier to confirm, so I'll show you. So just up tech.
Okay.
If I use JM, see, it look nice when you block, but it's when you get a hit, that's the problem. You see?
Yeah, that was quick. It's not a lot of time to see that happen.
Yeah, plus you can't, like, it's harder to confirm from that compared to, so this is when I use, JL. And then you see.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. And it's still a safe jump.
And then the thing is, if he hits you with this, that dive kick ender is the exact same situation as the regular dive kick ender.
Nice.
People that was wondering. So you can also kind of, people see clones and they kind of panic a little. So you can kind of do stuff like this, you know, do
Like
stuff
freak 'em
like
out.
that. Yeah. Sometimes I catch people doing that, and then I just do the down clone, and then they reflect, and now they explode.
See, that's next level mind games, man. You're playing this character like a riverboat gambler. You're just throwing all your cards on the table, seeing what sticks. I love it.
Yeah, that particular situation, like doing a down clone to beta reflect, that's once in a while. But I do use that, you know, do that part. Sometimes, let me see, get hit by the assist. This scares people. You know,
Yeah.
I don't think that's even real, but it's just the fact that it's a clone in front of you. People don't know which one, so they just respect it.
Yeah, now I'm betting on whether it's a beam or coming from above. Also, were you high enough that you could punish Spark with that, or will you get hit with Spark up there?
Oh, I still get hit with Spark.
Okay.
So he can also punish. He got a safe way. I say safe, quote unquote, because I haven't found nobody punish me for this yet. So I just do level 3, and then I'll show you. Because this is when I mainly use this. So I like to do beam and then call a assist. People panic when they see an assist call. So I meant to say not reflect, but spark bait. Spark punish. So just block.
Okay.
So that will hit you.
Yep.
So
It did. I sparked
so
like
the
in the
thing
middle
is-
of it, which was weird.
yeah, so you know, I'll show you why that works. So just block after this.
Sounds good. Stand or crouch? Doesn't matter.
It don't matter. So I
Well-
kind of do little shenanigans like that. You know, in your head, you ready to block the assist. So I do little shenanigans like that. You know, with his command grab. So sometimes I switch and I call beam, call the assist, but I do Big Bang because they gonna spark thinking some crazy mix about to happen. So, and it's safe to do. Like I have not got punished for that because you see, I'm basically just right here. You know, and at the distance while I'm doing the beam and all that.
How much of this stuff that we've talked about today has been affected by his 3.5 buffs? Is this all stuff you're doing before, or is this stuff you've come up with in the last like few weeks?
Now this is all stuff I've been doing since before this patch.
Would you say like, you know, this stuff was strong
All this
before and
stuff-
the patch just made it better, if anything?
Yeah, the main thing this patch made better is the 5S thing. When I was showing you the 5S Super Dash,
Right.
he had, but now that you can't banish, you know, it beats banishing. Now the opponent has to. Is more common that you would get, you know, beam people to block beam. So now you get your, you know, your Super Dash mix and all that.
Right.
So his game plan overall, at least the way I play him, hasn't changed too much besides, you know, using this to get in. That's about the only thing.
Let's talk about his defense, and this is probably a short segment because he is a character with a Dragon Punch, which tends to be what most people who play characters with Dragon Punches lean to on their defense. Do you think that, like, are you a guy who's gonna DP frequently? Do you do it infrequently? How do you feel about it?
I'm kind of in the middle on it, depending on how aggressive I can tell the opponent is.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like I was playing somebody today, he staggers very, very well. But I noticed he wasn't letting up, so I just said, oop. You know, and the thing is, when somebody pressuring you, you always go for the EX because the EX throws you in a corner and you get a full combo from there.
That's something I was going to bring up, is that he does have that unique aspect to his DP where you, like, when you're in the corner, you get to flip the tables, like, completely. I do notice that
Yeah,
I'm
exactly.
all blue health, so I think that's standard for DPs, though, yeah. You get blue health when you get hit with a DP.
And then if you just don't want a DP and you manage to just mash or something like that, you can always just do his air EX DP and just get back in the corner that way.
Is DP like to you the primary defensive tool, or do you have like a button you like to mash that's you think is better? Do you play your defense with him a little more patient and kind of like block and wait it out, or like reflect to him?
His is I try to sneak in and reflect to him, but his defense, because like other characters you can kind of mash 2L, kind of sneak that in, but he got to move first, so it's like you get clipped sometimes because you thinking about as if you another character that can just the button just comes out automatically.
Right.
He has got that look, he do the slide and all that. So him is really EXDP or block, or try to find a gap in their pressure where they kind of messed up and you EXDP out the corner or EX rec out the corner. And another thing too, I forgot to say, like even if you did manage the mash, you don't have to go in the air. You can just do this and just combo into it that way. I never really checked to see which one does more damage, like which combo, like so I have to test that out and see which one is more valuable to do. And another thing I forgot to mention, this going all the way back to his neutral.
All right, let's bring it back.
If you nice enough, I ain't that nice yet. He can so just super dash at me. EX air DP. Ooh. And then just get a combo from there. I say I ain't that nice yet, and the thing is, I double jump. If you just super dash again, if I didn't double jump now, I'm getting more.
If someone was gonna pick up this character and they weren't super sure and they were like, "Cool kid, should I play Gogeta?" What are you gonna tell them to push him over the fence? Why should someone pick up Gogeta Blue?
So for starters, like Gogeta just said in his outro, he is the ultimate fusion.
Queued that up nicely.
He is the ultimate fusion, and like he is very unconventional. Like you got characters in this game that's pretty standard. People kind of know how to approach him, how to fight against him. But Gogeta, he is more so unconventional, and that might be a gift and a curse depending on how you perceive it. Because I like characters that are different because I'm willing to stick it out and keep playing them and kind of unfold all that weirdness and stuff that stand out. But you might not like how different they are. You might like more of the characters that kind of got a basic combo structure, a basic formula game plan like other characters. So that's why I say it could be a gift and a curse, but Gogeta is definitely unconventional, and and I just want to say that's a word I just learned recently. That's why I've been using it so much. It feels good. It feels good. And he people don't know how to approach that because he don't play like the average character. And I said something real good earlier. I'm trying to think of it again. He has stuff that's real, and he also has stuff that is based on conditioning, but they kind of blend into each other where you can make that conditioning become real. So that's something that's real nice about him, and it's not, because you see it often. Sometimes people do a setup that's probably like, man, that was unnecessary. Gogeta has stuff that's like, okay, that makes sense why you did that. But that's what I can say is don't listen to people that have not played Gogeta, because I done seen since he done came out, this man ain't got no mix, this, that, and the third. And as I said earlier, the people that probably done play with him or probably done play people that use him, they using Black or Vidal with him or something like that. Like you need the right assist with him to really make him work. You need a high block stun assist to get his mix going, and an assist that helps him get in.
Flashbang.
That's the best way. Yeah, the flashbang style assist, like And if you don't have a flashbang style assist, at least have something like a beam or something that can just get you in. But at least have one high block stun assist. Because, you know, Gogeta not being able to open you up, that's a total lie.
And this has been so much info on Gogeta, and that's not to mention the interview you've already done on Gotenks. Thank you so much for giving me this massive chunk of your time to talk about these characters. It has been an absolute pleasure. I am stoked to watch you continue pushing both of our Fusion boys here even further, winning tournaments, coming up with tech. Dude, thank you so much for being on the show.
Oh, thanks for having me, Pinto.
Always welcome, man.
And I think before you close out, I guess people, you know, they might like to just see how his level 5 look just to see it.
Oh, do it. Do it for the fans. People
always say, if you playing Gogeta, you got to do a level 5 at least once in a match or at some point. So we just gonna do the level 5.
I wish I was playing my normal team so you could do it too. Super Broly, make it canon, all that good stuff.
Nuts. So thank you again for having me, Pinto.
Yeah, dude. I had you plug your channels last time, but let's do it again just to be thorough. You've got Twitch, you've got YouTube, you've got Twitter. Where can people find you, man?
So I will say my YouTube, the URL is like super long, so I'm not even gonna say that. So just type in my name and my channel should pop up.
Name being CoolKid93, right?
Yeah, the CoolKid93. You just type that in, my channel gonna pop up. My Twitter is at Redmond2393. That's REDMOND and then 2393. And my Twitch is just like my my name right here. Instead of THA, it's THE and then _ cool_kid93.
And I'll put links to all those things in the description as well, so you can go click those. Dude, follow Cool Kid. He posts great tech to Twitter. He's got the stream. He's got the combos on the YouTube. He's a great person to follow. So, all right, dude. Good talking to you, and we'll catch up soon.